Here, listen, pay attention. They said we should not talk about the private part of an old woman, but yet they expect us to give her a child. And I ask, how is that even possible? They say we should not talk about the Nigerian Biafran civil war, but yet they expect us to make the country great. And I ask, how do you make a country great when you do not even know when and what stopped her from being great in the first place? Was it not our ancestors who said that a man who did not know where the rain start beating him would definitely not know where his body dried up? Even in South Africa, they say we should not talk about the apartheid regime, that South Africa is now in peace. I say no, there's a difference between silence and peace. What you have in South Africa is silence and not peace. And silence is a ticking bomb waiting to explode. Even in Congo, they say we should not talk about how King Leopold of Belgium came to Congo in 1885, committed genocide, killed 15 million of Congolese, cut their hands and their legs for low supplies of diamonds. They said we should let sleeping dogs lie. I say no, the dogs were never sleeping. Even in Namibia, they say we should not talk about how the Germans came to Namibia and poisoned their waters, committed genocide. They said we should let bygone be bygone. I said no problem, let us bygone then. Even in Nigeria, they say we should not talk about the Lekki toll gate, that it is now in the past, that we should forgive and forget. I said no, it is not in the past, it is in the present. And yes, forgiveness does not mean we should forget everything. In Nigeria, they say we should forget about history. So they went further and removed history from academic curriculum so that the Gen Zs and the ignorant adults will not know what happened in the past. But people like me say no, we must keep teaching history and we must keep bringing it to the forefront of your screen. Because listen, you cannot talk about the future without talking about the past. It is the past we use to inform the future. Even the leaves can be a witness. Listen, history is not a source of hate. History is a source of information. If you want history to be forgotten, why then do you bear your father's name? Because indeed, your father's name is history, but you bear it because you want the world to know whom your father was. That is why we cannot forget about history, because we want the world to know whom African were and whom we are and what happened to us before now. We must talk about it and we must emphasize it and we must belabor it for people to know. Listen, it is the past you use to inform the future, because a river that forgets its source will soon dry up. Have you ever seen a river that forgets its source? No. The moment it does that, the moment it dries up. You see, often they want Africans to forget everything all of a sudden. No, but we cannot forget it all of a sudden. We must talk about it, not because we want to preach hate, but we want to preach awareness. We want our children to know whom they were. Listen, in Africa, we were never involved in writing history down. Our history was passed down to us through oral history. The old man in the village, who can be a septuagenarian or an octogenarian, can sit down with a child and teach him the history of the land, pass the information. The child will pass to the people. And that is where I'm from. My great-grandfather was a town crier. And my grandfather became a town crier, because town crying in my place is hereditary. So my father became a town crier, and now it is my turn to be a town crier. And that is why I am crying in the place of the wilderness, passing information to the people. And we must talk about it. We can never be stopped. We can be stopped, because information is power. It's power. And we must keep talking about whom the African child is, and whom he was, and whom he became. Africa. Wisdom is a principal thing. Of course, you know, you can always feel free to request for books. Go to my bio. You see a WhatsApp number there. WhatsApp it and tell it you need a book, because we have a new book in the shelf. A book that will help you to see the horizon. A book that will help you to travel to the extraterrestrial. Great books for your mindset. Request for the books, and the books will be made available to you in 24 hours. People are giving books free of charge. Don't miss out of that opportunity. Of course, the link in my bio is on my YouTube channel. Click on it. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Support me. Okay? The money we will get from there, we'll use it and get enough camera apparatus to help you pass better information. Alright? Remember, we love you, Africa. We love you. We love you, and we love every human being who thinks right. For Wisdom Africa, wisdom is the principal thing.